D, wait for it, light bulb.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday and I share with you 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Also down below in the description you can find the articles for each one of these stories, and you can read them for yourself and of course get your own opinion. So for the first story, this is an interesting project. So it was announced last week, late Friday, that Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds, two famous comedians who have some of the sketchiest quality and box office track records in Hollywood. Now, after Sherlock Holmes, Holmes and Watson, people will be reluctant to take a meeting with Will Ferrell. And he's even talked about it, and he said it's hard for him to get movies greenlit these days. And it's because you're all over the place, Will Ferrell. I mean, like, I think maybe he should try to do get a streaming show idea going and everything. But he's not. But instead, this is what he's come up with. And it's on the Daddy's Home team, which is delivered one of 2 hits and another okay follow-up. And I'm talking about quality and box office wise. But they're going to do a Christmas Carol, but they're going to reimagine it as a musical. And I think that sounds very good. I think they can sing well enough, both of them, and but it's also a comedy, and if it's a little off-key, I think that'll just make it even more funny. So, now I love Will Ferrell in the Lego movie as President Business, so I think that he would make a fantastic Ebenezer Scrooge. And they haven't said who's playing who, but I think that it's pretty clear who will be playing Scrooge. And then which will be Will Ferrell, and then Ryan Reynolds will be playing Bob Cratchit, and they'll probably have to expand that role a little bit. And I think that it's amazing casting. It's just amazing casting. And now that Scrooge and Cratchit, but they're going to reimagine Scrooge and Cratchit for more of a modern day story. And I think that it's really fantastic. Now this doesn't have to, excuse me. Now this doesn't have a home yet, but it has gone out to the studios. And studios are interested, as one would expect. Now, because, of course, Will Ferrell might have had some bad movies that came out, but he also stars in one of the greatest Christmas classics of all time, and that is, of course, Elf. I love that movie. I watch it every year. And then there's also a very popular alternatives to the traditional Christmas Carol story, in that there's the Muppets Christmas Carol, which the Ghost of Christmas Past. I love the Ghost. That's my favorite Ghost of Christmas Past ever. And then, of course, there's Scrooge with Bill Murray. And even if the movie isn't huge and everything, I wonder how expensive can this movie be right out the gate. Now, it should have a huge box office, frankly. But anyway, I think that in long-term play, and this is something that people would want to watch every holiday season, and I think that it's really cool, and I think that it will get a moderate box office and everything, but it will do very good every year around Christmas time. And if I was them, I'd be able to sell the streaming rights or the television rights to people, and they would buy it. People would buy it, and I think overall this is just a good idea. So on to my second story. So yes, with Matt Reeves' Batman set to start filming in January, it makes sense that finally, as we're just a couple months away, the Batman finally starts to take shape, and Robert Pattinson seems to be getting the support he needs with stronger, more established, and highly regarded actors. Now, we've learned that Jeffrey Wright is being eyed for the role of Commissioner Gordon in the upcoming DC Comics adaptation, with Jonah Hill being eyed to play the villain. Though his exact role remains a mystery at this time, but we'll talk about that in just a second. But first, I want to talk about Jeffrey Wright. Now, I think Jeffrey Wright is a fantastic choice for Commissioner Gordon. And now, why is he a fantastic choice for Commissioner Gordon? Because he is Commissioner Gordon. Now, you may remember him from the Hunger Games series or from the Bond movies. Now, I think this is a fantastic idea. I love Jeffrey Wright. I think he's such a good actor. But it also does make me question what they're going to do as far as Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl, goes. Because obviously, with them race bending and casting a black man as Commissioner Gordon, it's only the logical choice that Batgirl would be also African American, or she could be mixed. They could have a white mom and a black dad and everything. So it does make me wonder who they would pick. So as far as Batgirl goes, I mean, we're far down the road from that, but anyways. So now as far as Jonah Hill goes, he's still in talks right now, but he's asking for $10 million and everything, which makes me go, how much are they going to spend on this movie? And they're automatically going to have to pay him $10 million right off the gate. And it looks like he is going to get his choice to be either the Riddler or Penguin. And I personally think he should play the Penguin, mostly because obvious reasons. He looks more like the Penguin than he does the Riddler, and yes, his weight does have to deal with it, but I mean, he has slimmed down quite a bit. But I'm pretty sure he'll pick whichever role is the meatier role with more substance and everything. But I think as far as physically, I think that he looks more like the Penguin than he does the Riddler. And I can't wait to... They should be casting Catwoman any day now, and so look out for that and everything. But I think that this is good. This is great, because both these two people are well-established actors, and they're very talented, and I can't wait to see this movie, because I think so far it's shaping up to look really good. So, that's the second story. So for my last story of the day, Star Wars is in one big mess at Disney. Now, following the failure of Galaxy's Edge theme park, the president of the Disney Parks West has been fired. Now, this just proves that the Star Wars boycott is in full swing, and that the fans have finally have been heard, and they have a voice, and now they have a seat at the table. Now, I know a lot of fans want to just say, so I know a lot of fans, they just want to say that they're not going to go see, for instance, Rise of Skywalker. They're like, no, I'm boycotting, I'm not going to go see it. But then they break down and they go see it anyways, because they're like, their interests are piqued. So they're like, you know what, I'm going to go see it. But if they don't go see it, it will really hurt Disney's and Star Wars' bottom line as far as their wallet goes. Because if nobody's going to see their movies, then that's bad. So the woman that you're seeing there, her name is Catherine Powell, and she was fired. And like I said earlier, she was the the Disney Parks West president. So she underwent all that. And so they opened Galaxy's Edge, and it hasn't got very many people coming to it. In fact, it's been the word they kept using in this article was sluggish as far as that goes, and that's crazy. They've also had complaints about the fact that the Millennium Falcon ride isn't that great, and they're supposed to have two rides. The other one is the Rise of the Resistance, I believe it's called, and they haven't opened that one yet. It's supposed to open up in December, and maybe they'll get more people to come then. But I heard they haven't opened that one because there's a spoiler for Rise of Skywalker, which I'm like, why would you do that? I mean, everything. And it's also wise to open a park with two rides, because you get the one that's more popular and everything, which it sounds like the Rise of the Resistance will. So now they remove Powell's position completely, and then and that she's leaving the studio. So this is my thing. So Kathleen Kennedy has made some bad choices when it comes to Star Wars. Now, with the Star Wars merchandising down and at an all-time low, as well as Solo not doing well at the box office, and most fans and critics not really giving it like high praise, and then now with Galaxy's Edge not getting the fan support that they thought it would, I honestly believe that if Rise of Skywalker does not hit $1 billion, this will be the end of Kathleen Kennedy, and she will finally get fired from Disney. Here's hoping. I think that she's made too many bad decisions. She's said too many bad things. As far as a Star Wars fan, I know a lot of people don't think that you owe the fans anything, but I think that you have to pay some fan service when it comes to a group that has stuck by you through thick and thin, and when you haven't had a movie in so long, and then they take that movie and they jump into $1 billion. It just says a lot for Kathleen Kennedy when she doesn't even want to pay attention to that. And she's practically out the door because of it. So, now tell me, what do you guys think about these three stories? How do you feel about Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds doing another Christmas Carol movie and it being a musical? How do you feel about this new casting of Jonah Hill and Jeffrey Wright in the Batman movie slated for 2021? And then how do you feel about this firing of Catherine Powell at Disney because the Galaxy's Edge isn't doing so well? Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week, Sunday, on my Week in Review. You guys have a good week. Bye! Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my Week in Review.